pàtàkì bí bá ṣe ń gbọ́ ètò yìí ẹ bá wa máa pín ń bọ̀ o mo fẹ́ yẹ̀ wò ní kí ni kó bá mu ṣé ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ mi dáadáa mo fẹ́ kẹ́ mọ̀ pé ṣé ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ mi mo fẹ́ kẹ́ gbọ́ wa dáadáa ni o ká tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ ètò mò ń yí gbogbo ẹ̀ kí ó máa lọ mẹ́hẹ̀ akí gbogbo wa kalẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń wo ètò yìí ètò ti Fontana Health yìí ẹ jọ̀ọ́ màá fẹ́ kí ẹ má kàn wò lásán ẹ bá wa pín ẹ má dẹ̀ gbàgbé láti bá wa subscribe sórí Odùduwà TV rédíò wa ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá wa subscribe ẹ ṣeun màá bẹ̀ yín ẹ bá wa subscribe ẹ jọ̀ọ́ màá fẹ́ kí ẹ bá wa subscribe sórí àwọn platform wa n tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ni pé a máa tẹ̀síwájú pẹ̀lú ètò yìí ẹ jẹ́ ká ẹ máa bá a ká lọ lórí ètò yìí ẹ ṣeun. ọmọ káròjẹ kalẹ̀ ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ṣe ń wọlé ẹ bá wa máa pín ètò yìí bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ṣe ń wọlé ẹ bá wa máa pín ètò yìí ètò tó máa ṣe ẹ má bínú o. ok ẹ má bínú ok mo kọ́ ló pé nǹkan lọ ni ẹ̀rù bà mí ẹ má bínú so mo fẹ́ kí ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ abẹ́ ṣe wọlé mo ń ṣe nǹkan kan lọ́wọ́ ni à ń retí àlejò wa wọ́n máa wọlé pẹ̀sẹ̀ pẹ̀lú wa àmọ́ ká tó wọlé ẹ jẹ́ ká tẹ̀síwájú ẹ mọ̀ bá ṣe máa ń ṣe lórí ètò wa wọ́n tètè wọlé sí wọ́n máa wà ní kàlẹ̀ bá ṣe ń ṣe ètò ìwọ̀n náà mo sì ń fojú wò ẹ ṣáà máa wá nǹkan fìdílé a ní ọ̀rọ̀ pàtàkì tá a fẹ́ sọ lálẹ́ yìí ẹ jẹ́ kí a tẹ̀síwájú wọ́n ti wà pẹ̀lú wa báyìí àmọ́ ká tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ mọ̀ bá ṣe máa ń ṣe àṣe ìtàṣe yẹn. so káàbọ̀ ẹ bá máa pè ètò ìbẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wọlé ẹ wà lórí Odùduwà TV rédíò pẹ̀lú season ay àti àlejò pàtàkì wa tí ọmọ wọlé láìpẹ́ yìí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe wọlé ẹ bá máa pín ètò yìí mo kí gbogbo ọmọ káròjẹ lọ́mọdé lágbà lọ́kùnrin lóbìnrin ẹ káàbọ̀ sí orí ètò wa ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa ẹ wá nǹkan fìdílé ẹ jẹ́ kí a sọ ọ̀rọ̀ pàtàkì àwọn tí ìjọba wa tí wọ́n pèsè ayé ẹ̀ láti lè pèsè ẹ̀ fún àwọn èèyàn wa ó wà lórí ètò ó máa wáyé lálẹ́ lórí ètò níta fẹ́ ṣe ni pé a fẹ́ fi tó gbogbo ọmọ káròjẹ létí àti àwọn tí wọ́n tó ń sọ èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì náà àtàwọn ará wa àwọn Ìgbò àtàwọn tó kù náà kí wọ́n lè mọ̀ pa àǹfààní Fontana Health Card yìí ẹ jẹ́ kí a tẹ̀síwájú ẹ máa pé ètò yìí kó máa lọ ẹ bá a máa pín ó ṣe pàtàkì. Can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, can you?
Yes. I can hear you now.
You can hear me now? Okay, good. So, ẹ bá a máa pé ètò ìbẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wọlé ó ṣe pàtàkì. Gbogbo ẹ̀ tí ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ ètò ẹ bá a máa. Ẹ káàsán wọlé sí wa lókè. Ọmọ káròjẹ kalẹ̀. Tí a bá ń sọ Yorùbá, ẹ má rò pé bóyá a ti gbàgbé. Time we know people will follow us and share and everything else, and you can always watch it later on. But we'd really like your input right now. So, we are working on that. We are keeping you all on board. Please do share. We encourage you to, of course, subscribe to Season AY on YouTube, Odùduwà TV Radio. Ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Bí ẹ ṣe wọlé ẹ bá a máa pé ètò yìí. Ètò alẹ́ yìí a máa ṣe ní èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì pẹ̀lú èdè Yorùbá. Àtọ̀rọ̀ gáfárà fún gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ wa. Tí a bá ń sọ Yorùbá, ẹ má rò pé bóyá a ti gbàgbé pé ẹ̀ka bá sọ èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì àgbàgbé Yorùbá o àmọ́ a fẹ́ kí púpọ̀ náà àwọn èèyàn wa kọ́ mọ̀ pa àǹfààní tí ó máa tẹ̀ wá lọ́wọ́ lórí ètò ti alẹ́ yìí ẹ bá wa máa pín ètò yìí Season AY ló ń kí látòrí Odùduwà TV rédíò mo kí gbogbo ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kan sí o ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa ẹ bá wa pín ẹ ṣeun. a lè polówó ọjà yín lórí ètò náà a ní àwọn èèyàn wọ́n lé ní 238,000 lórí platform wa torí náà níta bá fẹ́ polówó ẹ̀ ọjà yín ni o aṣọ tẹ́ ẹ ṣe ni o gbogbo níta bá fẹ́ ṣe pátápátá àá bá yín polówó ẹ̀ lórí ètò wa ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa ẹ ṣeun ẹ darapọ̀ tí a máa ṣe ń sìn bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣáà ṣe ń wọlé ilẹ̀ tí ń ṣùgbà yìí o àmọ́ a fẹ́ kí àwọn èèyàn wa kí ẹ tún darapọ̀ mọ́ wa àmọ́ pé àwọn kan ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń darí padà láti ibi iṣẹ́ sí ilé àkí gbogbo yín o ẹ káàbọ̀ ṣé dáadáa dé ẹ kú iṣẹ́ òní o ẹ ṣeun ẹ káàbọ̀ kí a tó tẹ̀síwájú ọmọ bá ṣe máa ń ṣe ẹ máa sáré kọ orin orílẹ̀-èdè wa ní èdè Yorùbá, orin tí àwọn bàbá wa tí wọ́n kọ ní èdè Yorùbá, a máa sáré kọ yẹn sìn, ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe yẹn.
Ẹ jẹ́ kí a kọ orin orílẹ̀-èdè wa.
Yeah. Iṣẹ́ wa fúnlẹ̀ wa, orílẹ̀-èdè wa, kàgbéga, kàgbéga, kàgbéga fáyẹ̀rí. Ìgbàgbọ́ wa ni pé bá ti bẹ̀rù làwọn mọ́. Ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́ dájọ́lá. Ìṣọ̀kan àtòmìnira nìyẹn jẹ́ ká máa lépa. Tẹ̀síwájú ọ̀pọ̀ ire àtòhun tó dára. Ọmọ Oòduà dìde, bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò wa, ètò yín àkí gbogbo ọmọ káàró-o-jíire pátápátá. Ní àṣálẹ́ yìí a máa sọ ọ̀rọ̀ pàtàkì lórí ohun ayọ̀ tí a fẹ́ fi tó gbogbo ọmọ káàró-o-jíire, kódà gbogbo ọmọ Nàìjíríà a fẹ́ fi tó wọn létí. Torí ohun tí a ò rí rí ní ilẹ̀ wa, òun ni ẹ máa fetí gbọ́ lálẹ́ yìí. Good evening and welcome to Oduduwa TV Radio with Citizen NY. And we have our special guest tonight with us, and it's Dr. Professor Kila. He's the pioneer for the Fontana Healthcare, and of course he's the director at CIAPS. Welcome on board, and we appreciate you. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò wa, ẹ kálẹ́, ẹ gbóhùn sókè, ẹ kálẹ́ sà.
Well, thank you very much. Good to be here. It's a very good occasion to meet up with you. I'm glad to be here.
Oh, thank you. Ẹ ṣeun gan, ẹ ṣeun lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀. Mo rí pé a ní àlejò kan sí, ṣé wọ́n fẹ́ gbóhùn sókè àbọ̀ ṣe máa dákẹ́ kọ́ ṣe máa.
Àwọn màmá wa fún ìwà ìyáàfin Adéṣàkí.
Yes.
Bàbá mi kí wọ́n gbọ́ òṣèré tí ìpẹ́ lọ ṣe 80 years old.
Ẹ kálẹ́ mà. Wow. Ẹ kálẹ́ mà, ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí, inú wa dùn. Ẹ pọ́n wa lé bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń dáàbò mọ́ wa, ẹ pọ́n wa lé gidi gan-an ni. Àmì àṣẹ mà, ẹ ṣeun, àmì àṣẹ, ẹ káàbọ̀. Àmì àṣẹ, ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò wa, ẹ ṣeun. Àwa nìyẹn mà, ẹ ṣeun, ẹ káàbọ̀. Àmì àṣẹ, ẹ ṣeun. Ẹ jẹ́ ká tẹ̀síwájú. So now nǹkan tá a fẹ́ ṣe ń sìn lórí ọ̀rọ̀ tá a fẹ́ sọ, mo fẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ ṣe báyìí. So we're going to do it like this. Professor, welcome on board. Can you give people a brief insight into yourself, just to, in terms of your, directorship and all of that, and your, a quick synopsis of you, if you like.
Well, I'll try to give a quick synopsis, but it's not very hard because my name is Prof Kila.
Yeah.
If you Google my name, you will see exactly who I am. I'm a professor of strategy and development. I used to teach right near you in Cambridge.
Okay.
Right now, I taught strategy and development at the European Center in Cambridge and a few other colleges and universities across Europe. I taught in Italy, I taught in France, in a few other countries, and a few other universities in England, and now in Nigeria, where I direct the Commonwealth Institute for Advanced and Professional Studies, CIAPS. So that's me personally. And those who know me will also know my commitment to the Yoruba cause, but we're
Yes.
not there.
You're not there yet. Yes.
Who was in the front line battle for the Yoruba cause? That is by the side. It's something that keeps growing because we are who we are.
Yes.
And but I'm here today because of the Fontana Health Card.
Okay.
Just to give an overview of what the card is about and what we can benefit from it and how to be able to join it.
Fantastic. Now, as we are watching now, ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ń gbọ́ wa lórí ètò, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ a máa ṣe ní èdè Yorùbá àti Gẹ̀ẹ́sì. Ẹ má bínú tí ẹ bá rí pé à ń sọ èdè méjèèjì torí tí ẹ mọ̀ pé tá a máa ń ṣètò wa èdè Yorùbá pọ́nbélé la máa ń sọ. Èdè Yorùbá tó jágara la máa ń sọ ní gbogbo ìgbà àmọ́ lálẹ́ yìí torí a fẹ́ fún àwọn tí wọ́n gbọ́ èdè Yorùbá láti ní àyè kan lè mọ ohun tí à ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ẹ̀ ní èdè wọn èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì kí àwọn náà lè mọ àǹfààní tó máa jẹyọ nínú káàdì tí à ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ẹ̀ a máa sọ èdè Yorùbá àti Gẹ̀ẹ́sì torí náà àtọ̀rọ̀ gáfárà lóyìn tẹ̀ ń darapọ̀ wá lórí ètò lálẹ́ ẹ ṣeun. Now let us go forward. Can you tell us what was the spark that made you come up with this idea for the Fontana health card? What was that spark? Could you give us an insight to that?
Yeah, I'll do that. Just a premise. Given that I'm a teacher, but I don't know what you mean.
Ben.
I'll try to contribute my quarter to this program by introducing some lexicon, some words that we can learn in Yoruba and English.
Yes.
So that those who speak Yoruba can learn it in English, and those who speak English can learn it in Yoruba.
Fantastic. Yes.
The card we're talking about is called Fontana card, and again, if you Google it, as we see, you can see it immediately. You can get some information about it, generally speaking.
We shared it on the broadcast, so people are, we'll share it again. Yeah.
Fontana health card is an emergency health card. So two words that are crucial there of emergency and health. I think everybody knows health is wealth. Allow me to quickly say that expression health is wealth was coined over 2,050 years ago by Roman poet called Virgilio. His original expression in Latin was health is the greatest wealth. The expression in Yoruba is ilera ni oro.
Ilera ni oro.
So the first thing that occurs to you is that when you do not have health, nothing you have is important. When you have health, you can get any kind of wealth in the world. I want our viewers to follow that direction very well. That health leads to wealth. The expression emergency, because we're talking about emergency health card, the Yoruba term for emergency is pajawiri.
Yes.
Pajawiri is something that happens to you unplanned, unprepared for, unforeseen. There is our mama let us say that the very beautiful couple of the father explains that there is nothing that takes us, all our wisdom, our wealth, our preparation, like emergency. In this situation in Nigeria, unfortunately, what we have is that our structure are not made for emergency. There is a story, a true story, in the world, but many stories like that, in which Nigeria, if something happens to you, and I want our viewers to think of the dear ones in Nigeria in this case. If an emergency happens, sudden illness, accident, or injury, the first thing you have to bother about is money. Not the pain, not the blood, not the fear of dying, but money. Because if you go into hospital, the first thing they ask you is a deposit. You go to a good hospital, they ask for deposit. Once you pay for the deposit, you have to pay for tests. Once you pay for tests, you have to pay for medicine. You can see why it is easy to die, not of health, but of money in Nigeria. That kind of situation is the main thing that triggered the Fontana emergency health card. The idea is that those who have this card and the beneficiaries they can nominate for the card will not need to have to worry about money in times of emergency. Owners of this card walk into the best hospitals in Nigeria, and when they show this card, nobody will ask them for money for emergency treatments, for needed medication, for the needed test and exam, and even for the required allied facility that follows one kind of test or the other. Torí pé àìmọ̀ kò sẹ́ni tó ká burú, ṣùgbọ́n tá burú bá ń bọ̀ kò kí sọ máa wò ń bọ̀, ó máa ń wọlé bí olè ní.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Tí nǹkan bá ṣe èèyàn, tí èèyàn bá wà nínú wàhálà, bóyá àìlera ni o, àìlera tí ò rò, bóyá ó ṣubú ni, bóyá ìjàmbá mọ́tò ni, èèyàn gbọ́dọ̀ máa ronú ìrora, ó máa ronú ẹ̀jẹ̀, tó máa ronú owó.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Irú ẹ̀ ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ní orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Àwọn tí ìlú lè owó wọn ní ṣàyíkáwó ilé àsọ̀tọ̀ tọ́rọ̀ ìmárùn ún wọn àdájọ́. Àwọn láti bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n lè ṣàlàyé pé táwọn ò bá ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn kì í sanwó. Àwọn tí ò sanwó lọ kí wọ́n fi ṣe ara wọ́n lè má nìyí wọ́n lè má nìyí lọ́yẹ̀.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Tí wàhálà ilé ayé bá dá ìlú àká ilé ń rò,
bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
ọgbọ́n lè ń rò. Ọmọ wa rò ní àpẹẹrẹ wa pé ẹni ká ṣe nílé kan. A máa rò pé tí nǹkan bá ṣẹlẹ̀, kí la lè ṣe sí? A máa rò pé kó tó ṣẹlẹ̀ láti láti wò ọ̀dọ́ máa ṣe yẹn. To that extent, we are preparing ahead for any kind of rainy day. There are difficulties to prepare for salt because you never can tell when it will happen or where it will happen. You never can tell who it's going to happen to. So we thought about let's do something very flexible, where one card holder can add some people that are dear to them on the card. To say if something happens to my mother, to my sister, to my brother, to my uncle, or even someone that I told you before, anybody I care about, to anybody that something will happen to and that will happen to me, or that will affect me, let us prepare something that will not make me need to spend money immediately. That solution, those who know have found out in Nigeria, among some of us there,
Yes.
or live in Nigeria, or have read it in Nigeria, know that in Nigeria, when people tell you that something has happened, they rushed Mr. A or Mrs. B to the hospital, they're not just telling you because of care or prayer. It also means you spend money. So everybody that is close enough to you, that is in Nigeria, that if something happens to them, it will affect you, let us deal with the health one. This time will make sure that if something happens to them, you will not need to spend money immediately.
Okay.
It is not enough to have money in times of emergency. What if the transfer does not work and you cannot pay for it? What if you normally have money, but that particular day you happen not to have money? That is why the fundamental card has been designed in a way that those who are partly or those who are linked to it, if something happens, they walk into a hospital, into a pharmacy, into a test card, into a test center. They show their card, and that is all they have to do. They don't have to pay a cover. And they will be treated. The other thing is that we actually insisted on having the very best care.
Okay.
So we have listed the very best hospital here, please.
Okay, fantastic. Now, on that, I'm on the screen as we're speaking. You may not be able to see it, but on the screen we have put a picture of the card, like a blue card, with a name and all of that, so people can get an idea. And also, we said on it, Fontana card available here. And that is what we really wanted to reiterate in this particular juncture in connection with what you're saying. Now, we will put towards the end, we will put the link up for the card itself. I know there are some cost structures. Maybe later on we can talk about that. But there was in your broadcast that on the launch night, you talked about the fact that South Africa was actually quite impressed with what you've done because they have something similar. But what they like what you've done. Could you tell us a bit more about that, please? Thank you.
Oh, yeah, very happy. I mean, some financial experts and health experts in South Africa. You You see, unlike us, they follow what we're doing very closely. And, they saw what we're doing and they got in touch. We're not even launched it then, but we were speaking to some hospitals in Nigeria and they got wind of it. And they contacted us to say, this thing you're doing, we have something similar, but this is way superior.
Wow.
So they're asking for partnership so that we can roll out the card in South Africa as well.
Okay.
So we're going to look at that. We're having a meeting with them in a few time. But, as they say, charity begins at home. So
Benny.
if it's good for other people, let us make it available for our own people as well. That's a very crucial thing, I think.
Fantastic. Now, could you tell us a little bit more about the group Fontana? How did that come about, and what are they called in fully?
Oh yes, interesting. So you see, with the chaos going on in Nigeria, because the situation in our country, I came back to Nigeria, living there, and we realized that we could make it because I came back with the Commonwealth project. There is a big disconnect between potential and reality in Nigeria. We have people who can do a lot, but the system that is bringing them down.
Okay.
So we decided to have a group of graduates, postgraduate people who have studied from the Commonwealth Institute. Some of them are abroad, they come back to Nigeria. A lot of diaspora people who are professionals or who have set up their business. I would say to survive this country, we need a safe place amongst ourselves where, integrity matters, your word is your word, where certainty matters, where if I tell you something is 2 naira, you meet it at 2 naira. If I tell you I'm sending you a box with 6 bottles inside, you will meet 6 bottles. And if you call me to say one of the bottles is not good, I will change it for you. That kind of saying circle that doesn't go all the grossness that Nigeria offers. So we brought together that group, and it's a group to promote and help businesses, professionals, and graduates to set up life. So between ourselves, we look at ideas to see what we can do, where we cannot wait for governments to use our intelligence, our experience, exposures, and our skills to solve our problems and find solutions for what we're going through. That is the origin of the Fontana Society. So it's a finance and friendly society that is a membership body society, among our members. So, we get together to do things like this. So we have financial engineers, we have risk management. But by the way, since you're here, allow me to congratulate one of our members, who just yesterday finished his PhD in risk management.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
One of the people working on this for us.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic.
So, we've got people like, I think he was an ombudsman, okay. We have, fantastic people like Dr. Fola Rogers, who's a health expert. We have people like Dr. Badmus. But Dr. Badmus has worked in the UK as a medical doctor and NHS manager for over 40 years.
Wow.
Before he returned to Nigeria.
Wow.
Those are the kind of people working on this card. That is sometimes exciting for you.
Fantastic.
The idea is to save lives with the Fontana card. And as I said elsewhere in my remark, that the essence of humanity comes to life. It comes to fall or to see when life is at stake.
Yeah. That's correct.
That is the index of humanity, when life is at stake. When life is at stake and we cannot find solution, our humanity is diminished. So those who have the education, exposure, and knowledge to find solutions, come together to see how we can find solutions for things like this. That is what this is all about. That's what we're trying to do. And we're trying to make it very flexible so that it is easy to get, easy to use, easy to manage, because the whole point is to save lives.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you very much. Now, I'm going to ask a slightly personal question, but I'm going somewhere with it, so bear with me. There must have been something that triggered you wanting to actually see something like this happen on ground. Would you mind sharing that with the public, if you don't mind? Only as far as you want.
This thing happens, we can all that. I mean, this is a project that's been going on very calmly, for about a year and a half. We're doing beta tests, doing all the technical things. But sometime this year, my own mom had a stroke. She was in South and it happened to her. And there and then, I got involved in the real frontline on personal level to the medical system in Nigeria. So, it happened to her when she was outside. Immediately she was taken to a hospital. We had to make a deposit of close to a million. When you have a million naira, when you have something like a stroke in Nigeria, there's about a couple of medicines which have to be administered within 4 hours. Each one of them costs about 700,000 to buy. So all these things we're talking cash to buy. Luckily, she's a very lucky woman. She's done well in her life. Who can afford it. Luckily, we're able to, pay this money straight away, and thank goodness, she's doing very well now. She's recovered very well.
Great to hear. Good to
But
hear.
it then occurred to us how people die easily. Not mainly because of the illness themselves, but because they cannot afford it. If you think about it, how many percentage of Nigerians can afford unplanned over 2 million just like that within 3 hours?
No way. No way.
So what we suppose care is that we can put something in place where God forbid that they happen. If it does happen, you don't have to think of money. This card is what will help one at that moment. In a moment like that. So yes,
Fantastic.
it's something we can look at and it's been working there. So we thank God for our parents, we thank God for the education we received, we thank God for the knowledge we have to be able to think along with that. And we thank God for people, who come together to make it happen. I want to also at this point, say a very big thank you to those people who got the vision. Hospitals like Doctors International, Lagoon Hospital, St. Nicholas, Eco Hospital,
Fantastic.
the BT inside Lasso. These are big hospitals that they got the vision immediately and they quickly signed off. And that is why this card is ready to go now. People are subscribing to it already.
Okay, I'm gonna do something whilst we're doing this to give an please do let me know if my she's left this screen. I thought she was gonna. I wanted her to give her an opportunity to say a few words if she's still on air, because I think so, but obviously she does come back on. She's very, very welcome, because I really our elders are treasure troves, and they're people that we will always learn something from. As they say, tí ọmọge bá gé tó bí wọ́n jẹ́ ẹ̀gbà tí ọmọge bá gé igi àgbà ló mọ ibi tí ó máa wó sí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa ń sọ. So that's why I was really itchy for that, but she left the screen. Hopefully she comes back. We would like to have an opportunity for her to speak as well. Before we do this, I want to go ahead. I want to just show the people the card itself. I have I'm going to share a screen. I don't know if you will see it. I'm going to share a screen with you, and basically I'm going to show the card itself, and then people can get an idea of the cost structure. Speaking specifically for those of us who are abroad, this is something that actually would be something we can take, we can look at. And I'll leave that to you to talk about in more detail once we show that. Is that okay? Is that okay? Professor, is that okay?
That's fine. You want to show the screen?
Yeah, I'm going to show the screen with the where they pay the card, yes. And how it works. So you will see the screen go a bit blank or something. So if it does, it's because I'm just showing you something. So let me put it here. In fact, I'll do this. It's probably better I do this. So that is the card there. I wanted people to see it. I didn't want them to. Right, here we go. So we're sharing that. And that is the Fontana Health Card. Everybody watching, let me see if I can make it slower. Can you see it at all, Professor? Can you
I
see?
don't see, but it's all right.
Okay, good. Okay, because I'm sharing it on the.
Okay, I think it's coming on now.
Yeah. Okay. So now, what you are seeing is the Fontana Health Card, and what we are showing you there is it's talking about the Fontana Solutions, Fontana Health Card, Fontana Blue Card, investment loan, savings, you know, and then it goes into the area that is of importance to all of us, I believe. The basic, the standard, the premium. The basic is 250,000 per year for, I believe it's for how many people it says? I'm not quite sure it says. There's a section where I talked about the people. Yeah, 3 beneficiaries. Yeah, no, on the thing is so it's showing 3 beneficiaries for 250,000 naira, and for the Fontana Health Card Standard 350,000 naira for 4, and for 500,000 a year it's for 5 beneficiaries. It covers things like emergency treatments, needed medication, needed tests and exams, required allied services, all of that for that various scale. And I think it is something that many of us in diaspora can look at and really think of, because this is the first of its kind in Nigeria. I don't think we quite understand when we talk about having a health card for emergencies. This is the first in Nigeria. And many of us have paid insurance when I'm coming back home, and to be honest, you kind of worry the way those insurances, the insurance claims kicks in, can often be too late for what you need it for. You have to make calls abroad, you have to be all of that stuff. But whereas with this system now, I think that's where you can explain that to us more. Could you perhaps go into more detail about what you see on the screen at all for us to help the people understand? Thank you very much.
Well, I think so. When you say the card, that's the kind of card will be originally.
Yeah.
That will be presented to health providers, hospitals, pharmacies, and health centers and diagnostic centers, or anywhere it is needed. So that's the kind of thing you say. To apply for it, if you go to the page, you can see what's being shown here.
Yeah.
Even if you just put Fontana Health Card on Google, it will take you to the page.
Okay.
You go to that page for the health card. You look at the 3 possible solutions. I mean, if you focus on where it says the health card, look at the 3 possible solutions. You choose one.
Okay.
And you apply for it.
Yeah.
If before then you want to ask some questions, there's a list of frequently asked questions that you can go through.
Okay, so this is the ones there. Okay, good, very, very good. Yes, I can see that.
So there are questions that, for example, somebody asked, what are the emergencies that Fontana Health Card covers? The answer that Fontana Health Card will cover any serious, unexpected situation involving illness or injury that requires immediate action.
Fantastic.
That is the essence of emergency. What is it that Fontana Health Card will not cover? Fontana Card will not cover routine checks.
Okay.
It will not cover planned examination or planned prescription or planned treatment that will not stem from emergency. That has nothing to do with emergency. That's not an emergency situation. There's a question that says, do beneficiaries have to be members of the family?
Yes, same family.
Do they have to be members of the family? No, they don't have to be. You can add anybody. And it's a big difference from this to HMOs or like insurance solutions. It doesn't have to be members of your family. It could be, an old woman, an old man you want to take out, somebody in your church, somebody in your neighborhood, an auntie, an uncle, a niece or a nephew. It can just be anybody, it a staff. And this is one thing that is very crucial to know that you can help other people with. Can we contribute to buy Fontana Health Card as friends and colleagues? Yes.
Okay.
You can buy the card, that's what they call it. Four people gather together, buy one card, and each one of them gets the same benefits.
Okay.
As long as they put their name on it.
Mm-hmm.
Can I buy and donate container cards to people in my church or our communities? The answer is yes. You can buy a container health card to anyone. You just need to let us have their name.
Okay.
And you'll be covered. That'll be fine.
Okay.
There's another question, fascinating question. What if I lost my card?
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
problem at all.
Mm.
The card is just a physical present.
Okay.
Your cover will remain intact. Just your name and other details we do, you're a contact card holder
Mm-hmm.
or beneficiary. That will guarantee your cover for you because we're using technology. So it's not the usual go and print the paper, go and bring the paper,
Mm-hmm.
bring your ID, no, you don't need that.
Mm-hmm.
Once you tell them, any hospital or pharmacy you go to, will check it online and they will just provide what you want for them. Do all beneficiaries need to have the container card at hand? No, they don't need to. Because it's a tech thing, it's a digital thing,
Mm-hmm.
nobody needs to have a card at hand. The thing, color is electronic, it's digital.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just a physical thing to say, I've got the card, and you can show other people. Can I register for the card even if I don't live in Nigeria? Yes, you can. Definitely register for the card because if you're not in Nigeria, your friends and family will benefit from it. If you add your name to it, if you ever go to Nigeria, then you're covered in case of emergency.
Mm-hmm.
That might happen. So definitely yes. As a matter of fact, everything we do reflects our life. We have a long experience of diaspora. So it's natural that I think of people outside Nigeria in whatever most of us do. That's the crucial thing.
Fantastic.
What if my hospital does not accept container health card?
Mm-hmm.
If you go to the hospital that does not accept container card, just let me talk about in that moment. And the container team will work with your hospital. If they be, they will send them money there and then. Because we know you have the card. And we will solve the situation later on.
Okay.
Because I doubt you will go to a hospital that does not accept container card now.
Specifically on the hospitals, when you spoke about a lot of private hospitals who have signed up. Are they principally based in Lagos or are they all over the country?
No, it's all over Nigeria. Usually, we started the pilot in Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt. They now talk about that people from outside the place are reaching out to us, themselves. So it's a nationwide coverage.
Okay. Oh, fantastic. I must say, I'm very, very impressed by the number of, when I saw the video of the launch and the names of the hospitals that you mentioned and covering a wide range, and even the financial institutions who are backing this. I must admit that I was actually surprised and I was thinking, well, can this really be true? But the further explanation that you're giving, if you don't mind just sort of talking to people to underpin what you were just saying there, can you go into that detail a little bit more detail, please? Thank you.
So what I see here is I see the card and I see the treatment they have paid. The card is in blue, the page is in yellow. Is that what you want me to talk about?
No. I was talking about I was just talking about the idea that you mentioned that there were some all of these hospitals, private hospitals that was coming on board, and there were some financial institutions that were actually willing to back the system, who are, i.e. banks were actually thinking, okay, we actually want to partner with you guys. So I don't know if it's something you want to talk about on air. Is it something to give people an idea that this is not just something that's of a few select people?
Yes, I mean, definitely because the hospitals are coming by themselves because they're in the health industry. So they started the card and they said, we want to pass this because they also want to save lives. They don't want a situation where because of money, they cannot give the best solution. So that is fine, and they see it as a solution for them. It will guarantee their payment.
Okay.
We've partnered with banks, SND, who will be discussing of the payments.
Okay.
So that it's not just doing directly. We have an electronic system.
Fantastic.
Where hospitals and other people will load the invoices of the cost of the treatment, and the bank will pay. It's a very straightforward system. We work it out that way because I repeat, this is about saving lives and it's about saving the people the stress of thinking about money. So, we've done everything to make that
Now,
to make it possible.
we'll leave it on the screen, but I wanted to ask a question because I remember I watched the launch night and you talked about seamless operation. I wonder if you want to really, help people to be able to conceptualize what that is, at least get an understanding of it. Thank you.
An understanding of it. It's important for people to understand the mindset that is managing this process, this task. We've been guided by 3 S in our operation. One is that the card and the process has to be seamless for everybody. Anything about it has to be sensible. The finance, the process, the delivery, the requirement, everything has to be sensible. And it has to be simple to use and understand. Because whether at the moment of emergency, whether at the moment of pain, you don't want complication.
No.
Anything that has to do with health has to be simple, easy to use, and you can easily see the benefit of it, and you move on. And if there's anything that needs to be changed, very easy, let us know, and we can change it for you and deal with it. That's the idea that we use for the card holder. It is what we use for hospitals, it is what we use for pharmacy, it is what we use for diagnostic centers, and it is what we use for the technology.
Okay.
So that, and I want some people to try it today, not to take money off you.
Yeah.
We've done it in a way that you don't even have to pay with your credit card.
Okay.
You go online, you register, we accept your thing, immediately you get an email that tells you within your registration, this is the bank you want to pay to. If you say, I cannot pay Naira, just look at an email, tell us what currency you can pay, you pay there. From that moment, your cover is fine. And you will get your card anywhere you want within a few days. But before then, it continues to work.
Fantastic.
And if you look at that and you say, I think I have a concern, we have a team that will deal with it, because this is really something that, yes, we have to pay for it, we're dealing with hospitals, but it is really about saving lives. So, I will try to, because Fontana Society is a community, that remains in our mind. We know we're trying to help ourselves. There is nobody on board of Fontana who has involved the card himself or ourselves. So, it is something we are using. It is something I will use for myself and for those I care about.
Oh,
So we'll keep thinking about it that way.
Fantastic, fantastic. There are so many questions that I do want to ask, and I know people do may have one or two questions. So those of you who are watching us, if you do want to throw in one or two questions, you're very welcome. And if you want to call in, I know probably some people are coming back from work, so they may not catch this. But if you can't, leave a comment and I'll make sure that it reaches Professor Kila and he will endeavor to provide answers, no doubt, because this is something that will benefit all of us. The one more thing I wanted to talk about on all of this is the ombudsman side of it. You talked about that there is somebody within the society that is that was a practicing ombudsman. The first, fantastic. Well, the first one in Africa. That's fantastic. Now, in terms of the government, what kind of oversight are they providing over the operations of the Fontana Healthcare, or is it an entirely investment, private initiative? Sorry.
Well, I mean, I got good Nigeria, most of them are private. The role of government is to regulate.
Yeah, I meant the regulation, sorry. Is there a government regulation overseeing what you're doing?
The government regulates the health sector, which is where you get the treatment from. Government regulates the financial side, where you make the payment from. The money you're paying into, if you're paying into the same bank, that will be defaulting. The government is regulating that as well.
Okay.
But, luckily for all, because we're not selling or zero things, the regulation is less, because, you pay, the bank knows you pay, you're registered as a covered person with the health regulator. So that's covered that side of regulation, and it's a pretty straightforward thing.
Okay.
The hospitals, if you show them your name, because of the technology we've deployed, they would put your name on your card number it,
Mm.
and your name will come up immediately,
Okay.
instantly.
Now,
Yes, the government is regulating.
okay.
The government is not the one doing it. Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Now, the question that I know some people will have is this issue of how in terms of the reach in our communities, in the villages and all of those places, how will that work in practicality? Bearing in mind the state of our roads in those communities, how does that, sort of the travel journey and all of that can have an impact on things. Is that something that you factored into this?
Well, definitely. I mean, we started from the city, there's no doubt. It was easier to start from the city. But our commitment is to reach every part of the country, at least most parts of it. And we're growing that way. Let me add something to it.
Yes, please.
If you sign up for Fontana Card, when you sign up, you can, there is a part in it when you sign up that tells you that you should tell us your preferred health provider. So say for example, I am signing up for somebody in Agro-Ekiti or Ife or in Ilorin or anywhere, or I'm signing up and I'm thinking that I have people in those cities, I will put the name of the hospital or the pharmacy that I would like them to go to in those places.
Okay.
And within a few days, the contact team will make sure those people hear about it and they're involved.
Okay. Fantastic.
So
now,
that is besides, so there are two ways for coverage that you're talking about.
Yes.
There are two ways we're dealing with coverage. One is we are going state by state ourselves.
Okay.
So people are going state by state. But we're also encouraging our card holders to recommend our preferred health providers as well. Because, and that is our mindset, because we are born as a community of users. So we're always listening to our users. And that's so, those are the two ways we're dealing with it.
Okay. Thank you so much for answering and giving a detailed answer. I need to, this is going to be slightly, and you may choose not to answer this or not. There is, the government National Health Insurance Scheme or something, NHIS. How does the government feel knowing that they haven't actually, they've talked about it, but we have not seen it actually on ground? What you are doing is a very welcome thing. I have to say it provides emergency cover for what many people, there is always emergencies in our community because of the lack of infrastructure and so many things and so on and so forth. How do you think the government is viewing what you're doing in terms of providing direct help in terms of emergency in communities?
Well, I can tell you, I've spoken to some people in government. I mean, those who know me know that, I speak to people in government regularly for very, very reasons. Sometimes we fight, sometimes we laugh. But it's all good.
Yes.
They recognize that there is no serious breed or cover for this kind of problem we're addressing. And, there's nothing we can do about it. But even the government has their way, they do everything, but we all know that they can't do everything, even if they try that. In most cases, they're not even trying. We have to admit that. That is why if you look around you, and I want everybody to look around them now, most people you know have their children in private school. If you look around you, most people go to private hospitals. Most people you know have boreholes they've done themselves in their houses. Most people have generators. So it's the same situation we have. The same thing that is happening with schools, hospitals, and education that is happening with this kind of stuff. It's the same kind of problem and the same kind of solution we're having.
Fantastic. I mean, thanks for that answer. And actually, I have to say I agree with you because that's my gut instinct was to think along the lines that you were thinking, and it's in tandem. I guess the next thing I wanted to say is, well, is there anything else that that people need to know in terms of this Fontana Health thing? And is it going to be rolled out? Are you planning for it to be rolled out across the whole nation and encourage more people to join and make it aware? How can people help to grow, to make this something that they can share in the community? How can they help you get this out in the community?
I think it is the duty of those who have to give. It is the duty of those who know to share. Those who have heard about it today should do two things. Very soon we're going to open the line. I'll be happy to take questions so that they can understand better. Then once they understand it will be good for them to let other people know about it. Once they're convinced about it,
Yeah.
Because they can ask questions, so they get answers to the questions, and they can share with other people so that we can save lives. Because you see, I repeat, when life is at stake, our humanity is challenged. And if we care about our loved ones, if we care about the people that matter to us, this is something that we should share with them and see how they can be covered in case of emergency. And this is something that is even for peace of mind for ourselves. And I think anybody that something will happen to that will affect you, it is good to always think about them before something happens. Because the moment something happens, it will disturb you.
Yeah.
It will distract you. So there's also, a concept that's there to me, a concept of selfish generosity.
Okay. I like that. Selfish generosity.
Yes, indeed. We should help other people so that you can have peace of mind as well. That is why, I say this to people of diaspora. If you have people back home, give them money to eat, but as soon as possible, get them to learn a skill, help them towards the trade, because it is not sustainable that they keep sending them money.
Yeah.
It's better to empower them.
That's it.
Teach them how to fish rather than giving them to fish every day. That is what we should be doing for our loved ones. That's the mindset that really gives sustainable health.
Fantastic. And I think that's something we can all learn from. That's one of the things I hold very, very dear. I'm always telling people it's fine to give money, but we need to get to a point whereby people actually become independent. So don't just be giving them fish. Teach them how to fish themselves. That way they can control their own future and that of the coming generation.
Take the amount of money you give them 6 times. Save it, lump it together, give them once, and tell them to invest in something. No matter how little. There's a risk that mess it up. With the mess it up, they won't come out to you immediately.
No.
But for more.
That's true. Because they know.
You can even ask them to send you even £10 a month. Tell them to go and put £10 a month from the business you set up for them in the savings.
Okay.
We're going to have more discussions about this.
Yes.
As not forum. I know the AY is interested in the
definitely.
empowerment of our community.
Yes.
Those who know me know I'm an expert of community development. So
fantastic.
I have time to talk about this kind of thing very well.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I'm definitely, I'm glad you got me in mind, because I'm definitely something I'm passionately involved in. Thank you very much. But there's a question online here. They're saying, what is the difference between the Fontana Health Card and the medical aid? I'm not quite sure. There's a guy from Anthony Adewumi is watching us live right now. I don't know if you can help give an answer, or at least.
Well, I think the medical, did he use the expression medical aid?
Yeah, he said medical aid.
He used, yes.
Yes.
If you're talking about medical aid, let's be careful. Medical aid is an American thing, it's not a very Nigerian thing. Let's start from that. I know
Okay.
Because, I'm studying this kind of thing. It's not a Nigerian thing. But
No.
overall, medical aid, which is also present in South Africa as well, is something that provides cover for people. The difference here is that, like the HMO, which we have in Nigeria, like the World Health Management Organization provides, the difference here is that in using it in Nigeria, it's not the same in South Africa, it's not the same in America.
No.
In using it in Nigeria, the healthcare providers provide, they put restrictions
Okay.
that is not good for emergency.
Okay.
If you have covers like HMO, which is equivalent to the medical aid that Mr. I think Adewumi, you said.
Adewumi.
You said mentioned.
Yes.
In Nigeria, if you have those kind of covers, there are situations where you have to pay by yourself, but your health cover people will refund you later.
Okay. Okay.
So if you walk into the hospital, you walk into the pharmacy, and those people say, if you don't pay, you can't leave this place. If you don't pay, we're going to treat you. You will pay, the medical cover will cover you later.
Yeah.
But what if you don't have money that day? Or what if you have it, and you can't transfer the money? That is where Fontana Health Card is for. Nobody's going to ask you money immediately.
No.
And nobody's going to ask you money ever, because you paid before.
You paid before. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess, please do call in. You can all call in on +44 7399 580 606. You have the opportunity to speak to Professor Kila direct, pose questions to him in regards to the Fontana Health Card, and any questions you may have in that area. I want to thank Mr. Adeomi for posing that question online on Oduduwa TV Radio. But many of you, you can of course call in on +44 7399 580 606. That is of course on WhatsApp call. You can call direct and we can pose those questions. Again, we are doing this largely in Yoruba and English to allow as many people as possible the opportunity to get a clear understanding of what it is the Fontana Healthcare card does and how we can be of benefit. Whilst we're waiting for calls to come in, and if people want to call, maybe, like I said, because of the time of the day, I recognize that some people may just be coming in or trying to settle down, so they may not call, but they will leave comments for sure, definitely later on. Whilst we are waiting for them to do that, I guess one of the things that I really I'm looking at, and I'm just trying to look at is in terms of that the pay, there is. When you pay the amount, is it in one block that you're paying the amount that you're talking about, the 250, and it's all paid in one go, or how does it work?
Well, generally it's paid in one go.
Okay.
But if you want to pay it incrementally, they can.
Okay.
Their cover will start as soon as they've done the final payment.
Okay. Okay, that's fine.
We created that opportunity for people to pay incrementally.
Okay, fantastic. I just thought it's a worthwhile question asking. I guess one more thing that I wanted to say, if people are not, I'm just looking through to see if anybody's putting questions directly on air as I'm talking to you now. If you do have questions, once again, call in on +44 7399 580 606. I would really like your contribution into this discussion. Those of us who are abroad, I think we need to really, this is for me, I think personally I find that this is going to provide a kind of a peace of mind, knowing that we have something that will take care of our people in an emergency. Because clearly the system that we have on ground doesn't deal with anything, talk less of emergency. So this card is a very, very welcome plug in the gap, if you like, of the concerns that we have. So for me, I look at it from that point of view. And I would like to hear from you, those of you watching us, that if you have anything to add to it, and if you wanted to, okay, I can see a thumbs up from Anthony Adeomi. He's very pleased with your question. When I have to answer the question. So he's giving a thumbs up there. What I will just say to others, and if you don't, I don't see any questions and nobody's calling in. Again, we'll leave you. We will give you guys a few more minutes to call in. You can call in on +44 7399 580 606. Eric, we want to sorry +44 7399 580 606. Àti ṣí ojú òpó. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n sáré wo àwọn kankan náà kí n mọ̀ pé bóyá kó má lọ sí pé bóyá ẹ ń pè wọlé kó wọlé. Mo kàn fẹ́ yẹ nǹkan kan wò ní ẹ má bínú. Right, yeah, ó wà ń bẹ. Yes, àti ṣí. So ẹ lè pè wọlé tẹ́ bá fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀. Tẹ́ bá ní gbólóhùn àbí méjì tẹ́ bá ní ìbéèrè lórí Fontana Health Card àti àwọn nǹkan tó máa ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn bí a ṣe ń sọ. Mo kàn fẹ́ kí a ní àǹfààní láti lè béèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn àlejò wa bí káàdì ọ̀hún bó ṣe ń ṣiṣẹ́, àwọn àǹfààní tí ó máa mú wá sí ìgbésí ayé wa. A dẹ̀ kí wọ́n fún àsìkò tí wọ́n fún wa láti dáhùn àwọn ìbéèrè wa, kó dẹ̀ ṣàlàyé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ fún wa lórí bí káàdì ọ̀hún bó ṣe ń ṣiṣẹ́. Ẹ ní àsìkò díẹ̀, ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ ní tẹ̀ ń wo fọ́nrán yìí láti pè wọlé, ẹ pè sórí +44 7399 580 606. Those of you watching, if you do have questions, we got a few more minutes before we start winding up and winding down. This has been a broadcast about the Fontana Healthcare, and you are of course seeing what I'm showing you. I'm showing you the website where you can actually go and log in and register for the card. It's called Fontana Healthcare. Of course, with the Fontana Society, who have actually got a website, so you can actually do everything online. And that is the beauty of what, just like Professor Kila said, the beauty of what you are watching is that you can do all of this seamlessly online. It can actually give you peace of mind to help your family member or relative, somebody in your community. That opportunity of giving back, in the current circumstances where there is no system providing healthcare for our communities. So this is something that we should all be looking at. I definitely am saying to my fellow diasporans, let us take proactive action on this as much as we can to start putting this in place within our own families and our own community. And obviously, in doing this, we are hoping that at some point the penny will drop for our governance and make health our priority. Health is wealth. Health is wealth, like you said. Ìlera ni kí lè bá lè ṣe pé náà ẹ jẹ́ má bínú.
Ìlera ni ọrọ̀.
Ìlera ni ọrọ̀, ẹ ṣeun. Ìlera ni ọrọ̀. And that is really important for us to understand. You see, you cannot have a growing economy if your population is sick, they are unwell, they cannot take care of emergency health situations, then your productivity is impacted. So this is really, really central to any development. Okay. Somebody, Anthony Adeumi, is asking a question again, and he's saying, I'm a medical doctor from Republic of South Africa. Are you going to include? Are you going to?
We need to talk, though.
Yeah. My brother, can you get to call in, Anthony Adeumi? I would really like you to call in, because that way.
Doctor, I don't want to talk publicly.
Okay.
Go through Google and you can reach me.
Yeah. Okay. You can pass me your details, doctor. You can send me a WhatsApp message on the phone number that I've got on the screen, and you can be in direct discussions with Professor Kila as well. But let me ask the question. It said, are you going to include ambulance services? That's the question I asked.
Yes, where needed. In fact, if you look at the page of Fontana,
yes,
it talks about medical treatment, it talks about diagnostic tests, exam,
yes,
medication, and required allied
services. Okay, so that is a very good question there. Well said, Anthony Adeumi. Thank you so much for asking that question. And we're glad that somebody who's a medical expert is asking the right questions. I'm no medical expert, of course.
That is the joy. God bless you. That's the joy of, you see, parents is doing your best to get your children to get good education.
Yes.
That is what happens when you have people like this.
Yes.
Experience,
yes.
exposure matters. And Dr. P, hey, we are community. Get us military.
Yes, please do. Yes, Dr. Adeumi, please, I'd really like you to inbox me details, and we'll link it straight to Professor Kila as well, because we are asking really pertinent questions that is obviously of benefit to many in the community without even realizing it. So we thank you for those questions that you're asking, and it is really pointing us in the direction we need to be going. One more, I think. Somebody is asking, healthcare facilities in Nigeria is a very bad state. What can health insurance do when the facilities are bad? Taiwo, Banuso. That's the question they're asking. I don't know if you heard that question. Can I repeat it? There was a question. Okay, so the question by Taiwo Banuso, thank you for that question, by the way. It says, healthcare facilities in Nigeria is in a very bad state. What can health insurance do when the facilities are bad? So I think that's a very valid question. How would you answer that? Thank you very much.
Well, I think, overall, what they can do is to persuade and try to convince them to improve through incentives to say that if you do not meet this standard, we can use you. We're not going to use you. So that way they try to persuade them and give them an incentive to do so.
Okay.
That is one thing they can do. And the other thing they can do is also say that given your standard, we cannot pay you more than this amount. So to that extent, the hospitals want to earn more money, they have to invest in improvement. That is what they can do. But besides that, they haven't got a lot of power, quite frankly.
They haven't.
So what we are doing, for example, is to actually use that kind of persuasive incentive to go majorly with the best hospitals.
Okay.
And those hospitals who do not meet standards will work with them to reach those standards that they need to reach.
Okay. Fantastic. I mean, that question goes to the, again, this may be political. Oh, somebody's, let me see. I think, okay, let me just, I dish a photo, if I photo you see. If they do call in now, I'll interject and let our mother let them speak for a few minutes. And how are we doing for time, Professor? Are you okay for time?
Well, it's all right. I mean, we still have, I think you tell me, the 1 hour program.
Yeah, I think I was rather flexible with time. I think we're just over the hour mark.
We have 30 minutes to play with.
Good.
Let's
Okay, good. Okay, so let me. I just want to see if our mother, if they wanted to speak, because I know she's coming and now, and when she comes on now, if we do give her a minute or two to say 1 or 2 words about.
Our audio is breaking up.
Okay. So whilst we're doing that, we'll wait. Please, you are welcome to call in. Do call in on +447399 580 Alternatively, you can of course pose your questions on the comment sections of this broadcast. Very much like Dr. Adewumi and our brother Taiwo Banuso has done. And thank you very much for those very important questions. It helps us and it guides us into really the importance of having this kind of information. Okay, Etiwale. Okay. Are they? Can you tell this, Oroma? I don't know if you can. Oh, okay. I think it's broke. Yeah, the network is not quite there. So I'm just trying to give people as much opportunity as possible to call in. I know because of the lack of credibility on ground in all areas of our nation. Is that something that you're factoring into how you are going to continue to promote this and how to really work to make sure that the people you gain the trust of the people, because obviously our system of governance has not provided that platform, if you like.
Well, you see, the thing about trust is that trust is it's not something you say, it's something you see and you feel. That is why I laugh when people say, "Oh, people need to explain their achievement." You don't need to explain their achievement. If you do lies or you do, people will see. There's no two ways about that.
Yeah.
If people, to get the trust of this, people just need to try to register, see if the thing is truly seamless, and once they do it, check the hospital and say, do you take for the card?
Okay.
And that is it. It's something we have to build trust.
Yes.
Like a house.
Yes.
Like a food that we cook. It's not something we explain, it's something we do. Trust is
somebody's calling. Let me just see if let me just take this. Hello, caller. Is that who's speaking? Hello? Hello? Can you speak up? Can you hear you? We can't hear you. Can you? Hello? Hello? 1 second, please. Hello? Oh, okay. I don't know who that was. Okay. I know they weren't going to speak, but that's fine. Okay. So the question, if anybody has got further questions for us, let me just check other platforms to see if it's any more questions on there. I guess they're not really asking much questions, but just tell us long term, how do you how are you envisioning the progression of this initiative over time? Say short term, medium term, long term. How would you?
In the next few years, what we want to ensure is that with the help of the card holders, that we cover the very hospitals across the country.
Okay.
That is our first thing. That
Okay.
will cover the best pharmacies across the country. That will cover the best diagnostic centers across the country. That will cover the best allied services like pharmacies or therapy across the country. As people are giving us that feedback, we tend to build on that. Then I think before the end of the next year, we want to actively work with health providers to improve their services.
Okay.
So that to that extent, we get feedback from our users to see what needs to be done. And then we hope to help from partnerships.
Okay.
Because we deal with professionals.
Yeah.
Partnership with professionals who are in the medical field and surrounding to help improve our health facilities. So I give a shout out there to medical professionals in Europe and America and across the world. Please get in touch. Let's talk. Give us some ideas. Let's share it, and let's help improve what we have in Nigeria. Because even if you're not there,
Mm-hmm.
our people are still here. So
Mm.
we just need to make life bearable for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And health is a very good place to start that way.
Indeed, indeed. I think one of the things I wanted to say is I want to really commend this vision because it's the first in West Africa, not just in Nigeria. We've had a lot of discussions from our government and other governments about, yes, we're providing healthcare, we're doing all of that. But to actually have a card that obviously, you contribute to, and it actually provides you with instant benefits in terms of dealing with medical emergencies. It's something, particularly in our climes, that is very much needed. When we look at the fact that the infrastructure and everything else is not in place, so I cannot overemphasize how glad I am to have heard about this, and it's definitely something I'm looking into and exploring how to actually be part of this program ASAP. And I'm definitely, again, I'm calling on our diasporan brothers and sisters. Yes, it's fine to be talking about things not functioning. It's fine to be saying, it should. But in the end, it's our families, our friends, it's our relatives. We need to be able to put actual solutions. This, I believe, for me, is a solution to a problem that all of us face. Ourselves personally, our families, every one of them, we face those problems. And I think this is the beginning of a solution, and we can help with that. Now, one more thing I wanted to ask about, Professor, was in terms of the this card, and in our communities. I'm talking specifically our Yoruba women, our farmers, and Igbo, and those who don't speak the lingo and all of that. I know people, as long as they get paid, as they can have it. The interaction there is often very important because people. My experience is that when people don't even know something about, for example, the Constitution, for example, I've realized that the words are in English. They don't know how much power they have within it. So I'm doing a lot of work to explain that. So flip that towards the Fontana Health Card. That interaction there, the people knowing that they might have cover, but not having that access in their own language. How does that work? Is that something you've factored in?
Well, yes, but you see, there's one thing that must be said about health. There's peculiar, and the good thing about health is that most health practitioners are also trained, or they really do their best to speak the language of their users, of their patients, and of the people caring for them. So there are two levels to it. Number one is that if anybody buys a card for somebody, being an illiterate, you buy a card for that person.
That's exactly.
You will explain to them that they have this card and they know. And once you get the card, you can actually tell them to go and test it. Not to use it, just to say, is it true that this card, if I come here, it will be good?
Timbalu,
Exactly.
Mm.
Those people in the hospital will explain to them that yes, it's true. But you are fine, Mama, you are fine, Baba. Don't use it today.
Okay.
Come back if you need it.
Okay.
And if they need it, they say, okay, look, I have Fontana. You see, part of the reason why we've chosen a name like Fontana years ago is that we were thinking about this thing you were thinking. So we thought of a name that was easy to pronounce by anybody, regardless of your relationship with the English language. So if somebody enters the place and says, Bamio, you don't do me, or you don't call me, Chubamoni Fontana, you're good. You don't even need to say health card.
No, indeed, indeed.
And that will help you. So yes, we didn't think about that side as well. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. I've seen somebody called Mary Laurie.
Oh yeah, Mary Law. Is the darling of mine. She's joining us.
Yeah.
I shared with her.
Okay, fantastic. That's fine because we need to hear from others as well.
Yeah, she's not there to listen. And well, I mean, she might want to talk. But
Okay. Good. So welcome on board, Mary Laurie, and it's a pleasure to have you on board in the discussion in terms of the Fontana Health Card and the benefits it provides to many of us in diaspora and, of course, people at home. And what we're trying to do is to give as much information as people to be able to make informed decisions. This is a...
Here's a good example.
Yes.
So Mary Law is a French Swiss person who lives in England.
Oh,
So she's not Nigerian at all in any way.
Okay, interesting.
So, but she plans to visit Nigeria one day, and she's already registered for the card.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, there you go.
And she has included some people she knows in Nigeria on the card,
Okay.
including her own self.
Okay.
So that is the way it works. If you think you're going to go to Nigeria one day, it's good to have this card. If you think, if you know, not think, you have people in Nigeria who might have to face emergency, then it's good to have this kind of card.
This card. Okay.
At the moment, the people who are signed up to the card are, very knowledgeable, very exposed people. People who get it very quickly.
Indeed.
So we do hope to go beyond that and get more people involved. And I think the people who follow your program.
Oh, sorry, somebody's been calling me. Sorry. Beg your pardon. They called me, and I don't think he's been calling me. 1 second. Let me just. Sorry, apologies. What number have you been calling, sir? What number have you been calling, sir? Adewumi. Are you calling +447399580606? Because I have not seen any call here. Could you just make sure? 1 second, please, Professor. I'll just make sure. I want to check that. Call us on +447399580606. I do apologize if I've not picked up the call. So, but just call one more time, please. And I'm literally looking at the phone right now, and I don't see any call from yourself. Let me just check that again. Is it? Hang on. I can't see. Just send me a text, please. Text me on +447399580606. I'd really like to hear from you, Anthony Adewumi, because that is very, very important. As a doctor, you will provide us with invaluable insight into the thinking in terms of, certainly from a professional point of view, and what people should be looking out for. So I do apologize for not picking up your call, or for if there's been some sort of a technical issue that's prevented the call coming in. But please, as you're seeing on the screen, the number is, I'm stating it again, +447399580606. So I don't know if it's that. Is that you who called me just now? Let me try that number just in case. Let me see. I'm just trying to check the number that you sent, if in case. So just bear with me, please. I'm trying to check what this is. +44. No, that's not it. So I'll wait for a few minutes. So Dr. Anthony Adewumi, do try and call us again. Once again, just to reconfirm that, it's 47399580606. And that's a WhatsApp number. And as I speak to you now, the line is actually open, it's connected, and we can receive WhatsApp call straight away. But apologies if you have not been able to get through. But we'll be waiting for your call, and please do get in touch before the close of the program. I really appreciate your questions. So please do so. Yeah, you can. Let me see. I'm just trying to see if you got any. Okay, but go ahead. You were going to say something else on top of the people, the lady paying for others and all that. So you wanted to add something else. So sorry for interjecting.
Yeah, I was saying that the mindset is that if there's anybody you care about in Nigeria, or you think you're going to go there one day, it's a good thing to have this card. There is a question I've been asking for that people have not asked me, which is the subscription to the card is annually.
Yes, of course.
Yes, it's an annual subscription. What happens if you don't use the card throughout the year?
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
We'll talk about that. And what we've decided is that if you don't use the card, you will be automatically upgraded to a higher card.
Okay.
Without paying more money. As a benefit for you not
using the card. Okay.
So we upgrade you without using it. The other question I've had, because and as you say, how do we tend to do this coverage? We continue to do these town hall meetings like the ones we did 2 weeks ago. So this is another one we've done today across the country and on different platforms.
I'm going to take the call right now. 1 second. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. Are you there? Is that doctor?
Yes, I'm there.
Is that Dr. Adewumi? Thank you so much. Oh, yeah, Egbos, okay, yeah. Thank you so much for getting in touch. I appreciate you, and I do apologize for the mix-up, but you finally we got there. So yeah, pose the question, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank God.
Yes. Go ahead.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
My only,
Yeah.
my only contribution is as a Yoruba man.
Yes.
We have visions.
Mm-hmm.
And with what this man is talking about, the professor,
Yes.
I think I buy the idea itself, and I want to be part of it as well, if possible.
Okay. Okay.
Because the program that he want to do in Nigeria,
Yes.
I want to be part of it and use my expertise as well.
Okay.
To improve it, if
Well.
need be. Because in South Africa here, we work with the community.
Yes.
And I know what it takes.
Yes.
And I know what the government is doing here.
Yes.
And the private that are doing in South Africa that I think I'm able to help as well.
Oh, fantastic.
Because it's easy to say it that it's fine on the paper. But when it comes to practicality, we have here in South Africa, we have documents.
Yes.
We have policies. We have guidelines in which we operate here. So if his man is sincere,
yes,
and he has those guidelines,
yes,
like what we have in South Africa here, I'm able to put him on court as well.
Okay. Do you have hospitals or pharmacies in Nigeria on ground as well?
For now, I'm working with the government here.
Okay. Okay, I'm with you. Would you mind turning your set down turn your set down that you're listening to over there so that we can hear you properly? Turn it down. Now, can you hear me now? Okay, that's better. That's yes, we can hear you much better. Thank you. Go ahead.
So now, for me, I'm working with the government here, with the government Western Cape. I'm in Cape Town.
Okay. Okay. Fantastic.
Yes, and with the program of the government, we have guidelines, we have policies that we use here.
Okay.
To treat our people here.
Okay. Okay.
So if that is what you intend to do in Nigeria, the document are available also to help our people, because that is my concern about my people.
Okay. I mean, I don't know if you've heard the question that he's been asking is this card is for emergencies, obviously, and it's being run by a society that isn't part of government, but they're putting it in place to help as many people as possible. Obviously, with the card providing the help for people in emergencies. And the question you asked about ambulance was very welcome. So from that point of view, if it's something that you can work with Professor Kila, I'm sure I can forward your number to him, and you guys can have a much more engaging discussion about how you can actually help things forward. I don't know, is that okay with you?
I don't have a problem. It's fine.
Okay.
Because some of us are also planning to relocate to Nigeria.
Yes.
And that's one of my mission.
Oh, fantastic.
To contribute my own quota, because I've studied here.
Yes.
And I think our people are lacking.
Yes.
If the government are able to listen to us,
okay,
I'm sure we will do a lot in our own Yoruba nation.
Yes, fantastic. No, great. I don't know if do you have any question for Professor before we drop? And I'm grateful for you calling. I'm saving your number right away. Anyway, but do you have any questions for him before we wrap up?
For the professor, it's a good venture, and it's a thoughtful mission as well, because it's not everybody that cares about anybody. But for us to work on said, I want to help my people. It's God-given gift.
Yes.
And it's a gift from God.
Yes.
So we embrace it.
Okay, thank you.
We're going to do more about awareness.
Yes. I mean, I will be talking to you.
To make it one-sided.
Yes, I will be talking to you.
I don't want to make it one-sided. I want to be between the rich and the poor.
Yes,
I want to bridge that gap.
Fantastic. I'm going to save your number, Doctor. I will save this number, and I promise you and I are going to have discussions, and no doubt, Professor as well, we will interact. But I'm so grateful. Ẹ ṣeun gan ni mo dúpẹ́ tí ẹ pè wọlé, inú mi dùn. Ẹ dẹ̀ má bínú pé tí n bá gbé call lẹ́kan kò wọlé ni, àmọ́ inú àti ríra àti bára wa sọ̀rọ̀ sìn. Ẹ ṣeun lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀.
It's good.
Mo dúpẹ́.
Thank God.
Ẹ ṣeun.
It's a pleasure.
Ẹ ṣeun gan ni sir.
God bless you.
Ẹ ṣe bye. So
there's only AY that we need to say, which is a very fascinating thing.
Yes.
Our first 100 or so people, when we're trying to count them to check out, most of them were doctors and pharmacists.
That's very interesting, that isn't it?
it's very fascinating because, I mean, admittedly, they are the first people to hear about it.
Yes.
But the fact that they signed up before other people really made us laugh.
Okay, because they know the value of health. Then they know the value of health.
Exactly. You can see Dr. Ade will be there that he got it immediately because they just wait.
Yeah.
And they're very critical because it's their world. So
yes.
They check it out and they make up their mind easily. So that's a fascinating thing.
Okay, thank you so much. I wonder if anybody else wanted to call. Let's see if there's any more questions online for us. I'm not seeing any more questions, but that's okay. We've covered extensively in areas and as far as we can. And one thing I would like to say is we'd like to bring you back on air and to give us further progress on this issue. And no doubt, myself and yourself will be having other discussions on other areas. You talked about the area of awareness in the community and a plan that you have. I'm very much keen on that, please. I am very, very keen. So we will definitely be doing that. But I want to thank you so much for joining us and taking the time. Bearing in mind Nigeria, the traffic and all that you're going to get into now, because I'm thinking about it already. I'm already thinking the traffic that you're going to get into to get to.
It's very thoughtful of you. Yeah, well, it's a good time we spend together. I'm happy that we're able to share the light. You see, luckily with technology,
yes,
we even share this recording and people can see it later.
Yes.
Even if they missed it. So
exactly. That's the beauty of it. Exactly.
We need to make the most of this kind of facility.
Exactly.
A very big thank you to you, Citizen AY, for arranging this. My big hello to the people on Radio Dua and
thank you. Thank you.
Big hug.
Thank you.
Like you.
Esheun.
And it's okay, right? Ìlera lọ́rọ̀. Ọlọ́run ò ní jẹ́ kí a fi àìsàn ló gbá wa.
Àmì àṣẹ.
Gbogbo ẹni tí nǹkan máa kàn tó máa kàn wá, ire ló máa kàn wá o.
Àmì àṣẹ.
Gbogbo ìjọba wà lórí lédè àgbáyé.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
A ní fẹsẹ̀ kọ, ọkọ̀ wa ò ní ṣàpálẹ̀ṣẹ̀, a ní ṣìrìn.
Àmì àṣẹ.
Ìjọ tó bí bá ń pa ọ̀nà a ò ní rìn nà.
Àmì àṣẹ.
Tí bá ń lọ níwájú,
àmì àṣẹ.
a ní bá tó bá bọ̀ lẹ́yìn kò ní bá wa.
Àmì àṣẹ.
Àdílé bá rí àrìnà kórè.
Àmì àṣẹ.
Àfòyà ibi o.
Àmì àṣẹ.
A kí gbogbo yín púpọ̀.
Ẹ ṣeun gan ni. Ẹ ṣeun. Àmì àṣẹ. Ẹ ṣeun. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín gan ni. Ẹ̀yin kan lè mute sẹ́yìn bẹ́ẹ̀ so nǹkan tó máa ṣe ń sin ni mo kàn máa sáré we will round up here. Màá round up. Màá dẹ̀ ṣe àkọrin ìbílẹ̀ wa ká tó máa lọ. So ẹ kàn mute for a few minutes sir. Ẹ ṣeun. So ẹ ṣeun. Now gbogbo wa mo kí gbogbo wa àti òun lẹ ti gbọ́ yẹn o. Àǹfààní tí ẹ máa rí ní orí láti tẹ bá ti ń lo fontana card yẹn òun ni a ti ṣàlàyé lénìí. Wọ́n tún lè padà wá kó tún wá ṣàlàyé àwọn kankan fún wa tẹ bá ní àwọn ìbéèrè tó ṣe pàtàkì lórí ẹ̀. But síbẹ̀ àdúpẹ́ fún bí ẹ ṣe darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lórí ètò ti òní. Ẹ bá wa pín ètò yìí. Àwọn tó má dẹ̀ ti máa wo ètò yìí padà sẹ́yìn tẹ bá ní àwọn ìbéèrè ẹ kọ sábẹ́ ètò tí ẹ̀ ń wò yìí. À á gbìyànjú láti dáhùn àwọn ìbéèrè yẹn. À á gbé lọ sọ́dọ̀ àwọn pòfẹ́sọ̀ wọn á dá wa lóhùn. Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ nígbàgbọ́ nínú ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn. Ká tó máa lọ ẹ ṣeun lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ n ta máa ṣe ẹ mọ̀ bá ṣe máa ń ṣe ká tó máa lọ ẹ jẹ́ kí a kọ orin ìbílẹ̀ wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí ẹ ṣeun.
Ẹ jẹ́ kí a kọ orin orílẹ̀-èdè wa.
Iṣẹ́ wa fúnlẹ̀ wa, orílẹ̀-èdè wa, kàgbéga, kàgbéga, kàgbéga fáyẹ̀rí. Ìgbàgbọ́ wa ni pé bá ti bẹ̀rù làbọ̀ mọ́. Ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká jọlá. Ìṣọ̀kan àtòmìnira ní ẹ jẹ́ ká máa lépa. Tẹ̀síwájú fọ̀pọ̀ ire àtòhun tó dára. Ọmọ Oòduà dìde, bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ. Ìwọ ẹ ṣeun lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ inú wa dùn bẹ́sẹ̀ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa ẹ má gbàgbé o ẹ bá wa pín ètò yìí ẹ tún lè wo padà kẹ́ bí kọ àwọn ìbéèrè tẹ́ bá ní síbẹ̀ ẹ ṣeun lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ àrùjì báyìí lọ a máa tún ṣe ètò yìí a máa restream ẹ̀ sórí Odùduwà TV radio lórí YouTube gbọ́dọ̀ bá ṣe ń parí ẹ̀ lórí Facebook báyìí ẹ bá wa pín ètò yìí season wà ló kí n láti rí Odùduwà TV radio kò ní síwá kò ní rẹ̀ wá o láṣẹ Èdùmàrè àjọ̀délẹ̀ lérí wa ẹ ṣeun lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ a kí Dr. Professor Kila àti àwọn àlejò wọn tán gbé wá lórí ètò wa lénìí ẹ ṣeun lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ ó dìgbà kan náà ó dàbọ̀.